Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Robin here. In this video we're going to put this vertical mouse to the test against Ninja's Finalmouse Air58 in CSGO and Fortnite. We got two challenges today. First one, I couldn't think of a name, so we just gonna call it the DPI headshot challenge in CSGO. We're also gonna try and build as fast as we can, as fast as possible in Fortnite. With that said, in the right corner we find the Trust GXT140 for Rexx, aka the vertical mouse, and on the right corner we find the Finalmouse Air58 Ninja. Yeah, with that said, let's get into it. Now, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on anything. Also, what mouse should we look at next? Please let me know in the comments below. Now, with that said, time to unbox the vertical mouse. Alright, so I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm actually very excited to dig into this box and see what's inside. Never seen anything like this before, never tried anything like this before either. If you take a look at the right side here, we can see that yes, we do get RGB 16.9 colors. Hooray, right? We got a DPI sensor of 10k or 10,000 DPI. We got a tick box here, prevents arm and wrist injury. We also got an advanced software, whatever that means. Seems to like the word advanced, at least, from a brand called Trust. I actually remember picking up a mouse from this brand like 5-6 years ago. It broke rather quickly, so my track record with this company is not that great. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting giving this a try and see if they have improved since then. Flip the box around, we can see that yes, you do grab this mouse like a crab. Is there anything else worth mentioning before we open the box? So we got support for macros as well, 6 programmable buttons. Let's open it. Ooh, nice. Look at that shape, right? Okay, so some sort of instructions here. Anyway, it's too small, I can't read this. What are we looking at? Ooh, they sent us a sticker. Look at that. So we got a braided cable, supposed to be 1.8 meters, so industry standard in terms of length. And yeah, it's a nice braided cable. Nothing to brag about, I guess. Wow, nice. It's kind of hard to grab. It's a pretty slippery mouse, I'd say. Falls out of my grip rather easily. It feels so weird. It's gonna be very interesting. I mean, how the hell are we supposed to game with this? The materials is very nice, actually. It doesn't feel that plastic, even though this mouse is quite cheap. I got it for 299 Swedish crowns, which translates into not even 30 bucks, I'd say. 25 bucks, maybe, perhaps, in US dollars. And on the side here you can see we got 2 buttons here, so 2 thumb buttons. We got a DPI button on top. We got 2 main buttons here, and we got a scroll wheel. Now, in terms of specs, we're looking at a wired mouse, an optical sensor. The company isn't stating what specific sensor they went with. I'm going to assume that it is a cheap sensor inside this mouse. Now, without spoiling too much, it's not a terrible sensor for gaming in any way. I can tell you that, at least. So it's not a deal breaker. It's quite sensitive also, and has a DPI range of 250 DPI to a whopping 10k with a polling rate that can be adjusted between 125 and 1000 Hz, which is more or less industry standard. So far, nothing unusual. And if you're sitting on, let's say, a 4k or perhaps an 8k monitor, anyone, well, congrats, you definitely have enough DPI and sensitivity here. Now, as for the Finalmouse, we know that Finalmouse fitted this mouse with one of the highest rated sensors of all time, more specifically the PMW3360 from Pixart, and yeah, that shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone really. And although the PMW3360 sitting inside the Air58 isn't able to go higher than 3200 DPI, it's going to be more than enough for 99% of all gamers out there. Now, to really put the sensors to the test, we're going to be doing a challenge in CSGO. Take it away. One try and see how many headshots we can get. As many headshots as possible in the least amount of time. That is the rule, but there are some more rules to this as well. I'm gonna start by selecting the lowest DPI setting and gradually move up as we're getting more kills. As you can see now, guys, we got a total of... Oh, you can't see that. Alright, so this is the lowest. 400, 800, 1600, and finally 3200. Something we need to point out is that the Finalmouse Air58 Ninja doesn't come with any software at all, but it still has a DPI button right here. I got the AK-47. Love this weapon, by the way. Let's spawn some bots and see how many kills we can get. This is super weird, guys. I'm holding the mouse like a crab. It feels super sketchy. I don't know how to put it. I'm Swedish after all. I'm gonna try and see if we can get 10 headshots. Alright, let's do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Wow, right, so we got the first one pretty easily. The second one a lot harder, but we got it eventually. Third one, god, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, come on, ninth, and finally we got 10. Right, awesome. Okay, that was a bit weird. That was in fact very weird. Alright, let's put this aside. Let's try and see if we can get 10 kills as fast or even faster with the Finalmouse. Let's do a countdown. 3, 2, 1. We actually only got 9 kills. How about that? Do we need to do this again? You know what? We need one more. There we go. Alright, so with that said, let's try the Finalmouse. So we got 400 DPI now. Let's get to work. Boom. And my aim is all over the place right now. You know what? Let's do a cold restart. We need to do this again. I felt like I needed some warm-up. I haven't played this game for a while. Okay, take 2. Let's get this over with. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, that was actually kind of bad. Let's move up to 800 DPI and see what happens. Wow. 3, 2, 1. Alright, we got 10. Let's move on. Let's select 800 DPI. And you can see, guys, what a drastic difference this makes. So this is 400. This is 800. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we got 20. Let's move on. Let's try 1600. Right, so as you can see, guys, it's starting to get a bit crazy now. Anyway, let's try it out. 3, 2, 1. Alright, it's getting crazy. 3, 2, 1. Alright, final 3200. This is crazy. 400, 3200. Alright, let's give this a try. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. It's like you're trying to aim for the head and then all of a sudden you're like 2 meters away. It's like you're trying to move 1 inch. 1 inch movement is like a couple of meters in game. So that was pretty fun. Let's move on. Now, in terms of sensors, since we have no idea what is sitting inside the vertical mouse and I'm not willing to really do a teardown on it, we have no idea how reliable this sensor is, and although it performed pretty good in CSGO, so did the Finalmouse as well. With that said, it is 1 score to Finalmouse and 0 to the vertical mouse. Moving on to weight. The vertical mouse weighs around 96 to 97 grams, which puts it in the not too heavy and not too light either category. 100 gram or around that is what most mice typically weight. That being said, lately we have seen more and more mice getting lighter and lighter, even the wireless models, so I was a bit disappointed here. Now, as for the R58, well, in this apartment, there's not that many mice that even gets close to the Ninja R58 with its impressive 58 grams, and so once again it's an easy win for the R58. In terms of build quality, one way to tell if a mouse is well built or not is by applying a bit of force on it on different angles. So yeah, let's do that. Now, after been using the Air58 Ninja for a couple of months now, I gotta say guys, I'm actually kind of semi-upset. While I am incredibly impressed by the honeycomb design and the overall shape of the mouse, the design is not perfect unfortunately. It is not terrible, but I was hoping for a bit more here. So to try and sum this up, I feel like it's a tie here. And the vertical mouse, well, it feels a bit plastic, therefore I'm gonna call this a tie. Now in terms of grip type and flexibility, trust the company behind the vertical mouse is stating palm grip as the only grip type, and my conclusion after been using it for a couple of weeks now is that yeah, it's a pretty big mouse and there is just really one way to grip this mouse that I can think of. You can technically do a claw grip on it. That being said, I don't feel like claw grip or finger grip really works because of the shape, unlike a regular mouse where you have more flexibility. Now we need to talk about the cord as well. This one is not even a debate. To no surprise, the Finalmouse is crushing in this department. Now before we start the challenge in Fortnite, let's take a greater look at the shape first. The vertical mouse, it doesn't come close to anything I've tested before. With this mouse, unlike a regular mouse, you grab it and hold it much like you hold a glass of soda or a beer if you like, and at first it felt super weird, and it still to this day feels kinda weird, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. Now the change of switching between a vertical mouse and a normal mouse is not as dramatic as I first thought. In fact, it's not that big of a difference once you get used to it. And with that said, let's dive into some Fortnite. Alright, so welcome to Fortnite. The rules are pretty simple. I'm gonna try and build as high as I can in the least amount of time. We might just put a timer up and see how far we get on each mouse. I'm gonna start with the vertical mouse and I'm gonna build straight up as fast as I can. I'll put the DPI to, yeah, it's 800 right now, so I'm gonna faster so I can swing back in. So it's going to be 2 towers. I'm gonna build the first one over here. Once we're done with this, I'm gonna switch over to the Finalmouse and we're gonna do this again. Should we put the timer up or something? Maybe that's better. Alright, so let's put the timer up. Let's see how high we can go in just 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh man. Alright, you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. Look at that. It's actually pretty good. Alright, let's do it again. Let's do it again with Finalmouse. Boom. Confidence actually grows 10-folds in that tower. Put the timer up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Man. Ooh, I'm actually feeling kind of confident. Why is that? There's gotta be something wrong here. Oh, is that 1 minute? How tall is that? Whoa, look at that! Look at that! It's gotta be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more floors. So to try and wrap this up, can a vertical mouse, aka a crab mouse, replace a regular mouse? Well, I'd like to put it like this: if you're suffering from arm or hand injuries, a vertical mouse can be a problem solver. However, I'm not fully convinced that it's something I think I would use for longer periods, as I'm not fully in love with the shape. I'm sure you can get used to it if you have to, but personally I'd rather stick to the regular mouse shape for a few reasons. The placement for the thumb buttons on this particular mouse is in a bad spot compared to a traditional mouse, and I found it quite hard trying to adapt to this new placement. Also, I don't know, but I'm used to flick my mouse every once in a while, and I was having a hard time getting a good grip on the vertical mouse. It sort of slides and glides very easily. It's partly because of the shape, and it's partly due to the smooth matte coating. Also, the cord on this particular mouse is complete garbage, unfortunately. unfortunately. Sure, it is a cheap mouse, so yeah, I guess you get what you pay for. My biggest issue with the cord is the stiffness and, quite frankly, the thickness of the cable. Without using a proper mouse bungee, this mouse is a deal breaker for me. But yeah, kudos for the cable being braided at least. Now I feel like we need to address the injuries and possible repetitive strange injuries that can be an issue when you're gaming a lot. This is mainly what the vertical mouse tries to tackle, and while I'm not suffering from any kind of injury and I don't have any experience in the field, I do believe that we need to acknowledge it and be careful here, since many of us are spending many hours gaming, right? A vertical mouse can definitely be something worth looking into if you're suffering from any kind of issues related to repetitive strange injuries, where repositioning your arm and wrist can help fix problems related to this, according to many sites online. Am I going to switch to a vertical mouse? No. With all that being said, I'm giving Finalmouse the reward stamp Bara köp den. Now, Bara köp den is Swedish and basically means just buy it in English, and the vertical mouse will get the reward stamp ja, inte så tokig alls, which basically means pretty good in English. Have you ever tried a vertical mouse, and what mouse would you like me to take a look at next? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to be back with a brand new video in just a day or two, and thank you so much for watching this video. Until then, have an awesome day, right?